Good afternoon, everybody. It is, or evening, it is 4:20 in the afternoon. And do I have some news for you? This is something that I've been waiting for years. For years and years and years. But first, I want to start with this that I found. So I think that I was supposed to pay attention to NATO for some reason. So I'm going to play this video. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to play this video. I have no idea what it is, but I guarantee it's something that we need to see. So... this might just be showing what they do. I'm not really sure. But on my ghost hunting app, it said military. And so, said something, I can't remember, but said something about the military, so... I'm assuming this is just what they do. This sort of looks like boot camp. That's what it looks like to me. Okay, so there's that. Let's see. It says Women, Peace, and Security Team Building Challenge at Tradewinds 24. Okay, and so, okay, I'll start at the top. Okay, so why I'm playing this video is because, well, for one, I thought that we're supposed to, that I was supposed to keep an eye on NATO and all this good stuff. And, well, something that I've been trying to watch is the peace treaty. And I've been waiting for that for years and years and years because the peace treaty is one of the things that has to be signed before the rapture happens. And so, I forgot what else is supposed to happen, but a lot of things have happened. So, and then the tribulation starts. Now, I believe that there's going to be more than one rapture. That's what I believe. But I think some really bad stuff is about to happen and some really good stuff is about to happen. And it's, the video that I watched, I'm going to try to find and play for you guys, is May 28th, they're going to sign this. And to me, that says something to me because, well, whenever, I think I said this in another video, but to me, it means there's a code, and that it's really God that's telling people this. And because whenever I was praying one night, you know, God told me that we were going to have a word, and so we were going to have a code. And 28 is code red. It's 128 calories. So that's why 28 always represents code red to me. So I know. It's just how my brain works. I'm sorry. It's just how my brain works. But anyway, so it didn't start that way until after I started doing all the hoax stuff and stuff like that. Like, I didn't start thinking like that until then, I think. But anyway, okay, so women, peace, and security. So it says in, was it First Thessalonians, I think? First Thessalonians, that whenever they say peace and security, that's when sudden destruction will come. What is this? Oh my goodness. Okay. And I think it's First Thessalonians, if I remember right. And what's cool about that is that that's the verse that I thought that God gave me to be able to stay on track with what I was taught in the past, and to not stray from that too terribly much, I would say, because I know everybody has their own, stuff and beliefs and stuff like that. Okay, so peace and security, let's see. And they were saying peace and justice too. Bible verse. Okay. Yeah, it's First Thessalonians 5:3. And it says, whenever people say peace and security, then sudden destruction comes upon them, like birth pangs come upon a pregnant woman, and they will certainly not escape. So right now, certain people believe that we're in like the birth pain time, but this is saying that sudden destruction will come upon them like birth pangs come upon a pregnant woman. Like, okay, so all you women out there that have had a child and have had the contractions knows, okay? I've even had the contractions. I had all my children C-section. It started with Jordan because she was breech, and my doctor didn't want me to have my first child breech. So he told me that I was the one that could make the decision, and but before I had her, 2 weeks I think before I had her, or something like that, I had 3 days. 3 days of contractions where I did nothing but lay in bed and shake and throw up and shake and throw up and shake and throw up. And my mom had to take me to the doctor. I had to stay with her, and she had to take me to the doctor to get a pill to, lessen it. But it went on for 3 days. It got a little better with the pill, but at least I didn't have her. Because if I would have, she would have been breech, and I could have been all kinds of a hot mess. So, yeah, and I was little bitty weedy back then. Like, I was like about as heavy as I am now. So I don't think I have like a very like wide, what do you call it? But anyway, okay, so anyway, I'm not going to get into that. But, okay, so birth pain. So everybody knows that you have contractions. Like, women have contractions, and they freaking hurt so bad. Okay, so that's what the earth is going through. That's what we're going through, and we're about to go through, I believe. I believe that we are about to go through a lot worse. Like, you know how this just came to my mind. Like, you know how the contractions are like really far apart? Like, we'll say hours apart or something, okay? And then all of a sudden the contractions get closer together and closer together and closer together and closer together. I think that might be what's happening. Is that just came to me that these birth pains are getting closer together, and more and more and more stuff is happening, and they're becoming more and more intense and hurting more and more and more. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, okay, but, so, let's see, this says, this verse is about the day of the Lord when God's judgment will fall on an unbelieving world. The verse suggests that unbelievers will be caught by surprise because they will think the world is experiencing peace and security, but sudden destruction will come upon them. Yeah, some say that it'll be like a false peace, that whoever it is, I have no idea who it's going to be, but I would say Palestine and Israel, they'll say, okay, well, we're gonna peace, and then but there won't be any peace. But as soon as they sign that agreement, that's what I believe. I believe that is what this verse is saying, is that, like, really soon after that, just like, I have no idea, I haven't checked it yet, but, like, after the eclipse, there was supposed to be an earthquake, I think. I was reading about that earlier, and I got some all new information on that. And, okay, and that was awesome. I was like, whoa, this is so awesome. Okay, so, okay, it says, the phrase peace and security may be a reference to a popular Roman political slogan. The Romans promoted themselves as the source of peace and security through public media, including coins, monuments, official proclamations, and literary works. Okay, okay, so it says, and I'm not trying to scare anybody, like, I'm kind of scared, like, I was sitting over here, like, shaking, like, I could literally, like, see my thumb, like, shaking, like, I've been waiting for this for years, and it is actually happening, and I have no idea how to feel about it, like, I'm not trying to scare anybody or anything like that, so just like this says, it says, Paul is attempting to comfort the Christians in Thessalonica about their eschatological, that word, fate on the coming day of the Lord, states the following in 1 Thessalonians 5:3. Whenever people say peace and security, then sudden destruction comes upon them like birth pains come upon a pregnant woman, and they will surely not, and then it's ... So it goes on after that. To be continued. That's what the ... is. Coming soon. Prophetic warning or political. Okay, so. And they shall not escape. That was the word. And they shall not escape. Okay. So, yeah. And here is a website. It's Watchtower. I think that I was told to watch. So, to be like a watchman on the wall. So, I'm trying to do my best. And I think that this is part of it. Because I don't think we have a whole lot of days left. Because guess what, guys? It's 7 days from now. 7 days from today. And it is such... this cannot be a coincidence. Like, I was just studying some stuff earlier, and it yesterday, like practically all day, and I was up like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't go to bed till like 5 o'clock the next day or something like that. It was like, I have no idea. It was a long time, and then I only slept for an hour, and then I got back up. I was coughing, got back up, and blah blah blah. Anyway, so anyway, what was I saying? What was I saying? My brain just went, it wandered off into like a bazillion different directions. I do that all the time. My brain's like wandering in all different directions. Woo, so much stuff going on in my head. So watch, be a watchman, watch for these things, because if we don't watch, then it'll come like a thief in the night. And 7 days, that's right, 7 days, the 28th and the 22nd. I was told, I think yesterday, that today I was supposed to celebrate the Passover, which was actually last month, but I was evidently supposed to celebrate it this month on this specific day, on May 22nd. So I kind of, because it has like a meaning to it or whatever, because 22 is corruption, according to Dave Hetty that I went to Bible Center with, back in 2005, 2006, 2007. But I forgot what else. And I cannot find the papers to save my life. One second. Okay. So, 7 days. Okay, 7 days is perfection. And completeness, I think. I think it might be completeness and perfection. So, it's like saying we're completing what we're meant to do on this earth. This earth was always meant to be temporary. I watched that in a video, and that, I would think that would make a lot of sense to a lot of people, that would make people feel better about, that this earth was always meant to be temporary. It wasn't meant to be forever. But there's going to be a new earth that's going to come down from heaven. And so it's not like it's like it's one's ending, but one is beginning again. So it's almost like there's going to be like a new beginning. Like number 8 is new beginnings. So like it's ending, but everything that ends always has a new beginning. So there's going to be it's going to be like, okay, this one is ending, but there's going to be a new one, and it's going to be a new earth. So, anyway, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. The 28th. Okay, so today's the 22nd. Okay, so, I think that I'm supposed to celebrate today as the new year. This is supposed to be my new year. So, like, tonight is gonna be like my new year. So this is like my New Year's Eve right now, and I have no idea why. It's just something that was said in the scriptures as I was getting the scriptures yesterday, and what I believe that I was being told. Somehow you just kind of like feel things, and you just kind of know, like, you just think, well, I think that might be what it is. And so anyway, so Happy New Year to me tonight. And so I bought matzo balls, and I made matzo balls last night, and I ate gluten-free matzo squares, and I'm going to eat it again tonight. to celebrate Passover, and I think that's when the angel, yeah, and it's just like all coincides somehow, um, like all fits together somehow, um, um, and Egypt, and I was like, all of a sudden, like whenever I was watching Paul, I was watching Paul Begley because I used to watch him, and then I didn't watch him for like a long time, and then I went back to watching him because of what I thought God was telling me, and I put on the bathroom mirror, and so I used to watch him. So I was like, okay. So I thought, and something about Egypt for some reason kept coming up in my mind, and I was like, Egypt. I was like, what is the deal with Egypt? And then all of a sudden he said, Carbondale is Little Egypt, and I was like, oh, I forgot. I live in that area. I've been to Carbondale like bazillion times. Like that's my home area. Like Carbondale, Marion, Mount Vernon, Benton, Harrisburg, all that area all around there. Those are the bigger towns around Aiken. and Benton's a little bigger town, but Aiken's like, no more like, okay, but anyway, so anyway, Little Egypt, and then, Joseph, and Let My People Go, and the plagues, and I said the angels evidently have been doing this, that the angels have been sending out these plagues. Like, I just saw I got on there, there's like, yes, on the TV, my thing went yes. Okay, so my video is about to go off, or about to pause, there it goes, it paused, anyway, angels have been doing this, and they've been sending out these things and these plagues, and like what's been going on, and like the river and the blood, and the river and the red, and the Euphrates River, and the cicadas, the locusts that look like grasshoppers, and that's a whole nother thing I have to get into that God gave me, the grasshoppers, and then I had a dream about the grasshoppers, and I think she'll be happy here, and I have no idea where here is, and I forgot where here was, and it had something to do with marshmallow, and yeah, it was this whole thing. It's cool. It's just so awesome. Anyway, so what was I saying? So yeah, angels are doing this, I think, and yeah, God's been giving me a lot of verses and stuff, and there's just a lot, and a lot of them have been making so much sense, and like, I'm like, what in the heck? And then all of a sudden this happens, and I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, I have to tell everybody, I have to make a video, I have to, because I had a feeling that, we didn't have very long left anyway. But I did not know. Whenever I saw videos on YouTube that said, the rapture's going to happen this year, and, I've never been a date setter to, say when the rapture's going to happen, because I didn't want to be, one of those people that were like, oh, and all this stuff, because I've seen, a lot of people predict stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to be that person that has to be like, oh, it's gonna happen, and I feel so bad for him, and and it's just like, oh, they just like missed it, and so, but I thought last year, I thought something like 2025, and I thought, and this is the only time I'm gonna say this, because I'm not one of those people, but like, I thought something might happen in 2025, but I didn't know what it was, and that's as far as it went. I thought, well, maybe we've only got until like 2025, but then I started seeing videos about the rapture happening this year, and, it might be happening this year, so it might be, because I think a lot of stuff has been, happening. The red heifers, I forgot. There's so much stuff. It's like where we go into Revelation and then we go out of Revelation. Then we go into Revelation and then we go out of Revelation. We go into Revelation and then we go out of Revelation. So it's kind of like some people think that Revelation is only for the tribulation, but I haven't ever believed that. My ex-husband Steve Airy taught me that that's not how it is. That Revelation isn't the only one for the tribulation, the only book of the Bible for Revelation and stuff like that. We used to talk about a lot in Bible studies at Bible Center Cathedral, and yeah. So let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to say right now. That I can think of. Let's see. There's so much. There's so much. And I don't think we have a whole lot of time. Like, literally, I'm like 7 days. I'm like, that cannot be a coincidence. 7 days from the day that is supposed to be my new year. And it was saying, and I had a dream. Oh, God. I had a dream back in 2010, 2011, I forgot which year. And it's on my first YouTube channel, Heather Paxton. And Always Heather 1, I think, is the name of it if you want to look it up. Some pretty cool videos on there. Some of them I'm like, what in the world was I doing? I look back on them and I'm like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing. Like, why did I do that? But I just be myself, So, I had a dream with the number 22, and it said 9/22/11/06. And then it had the hand with the writing on the wall. And that's in Daniel. And I forgot, I think it might be Daniel 5. It's in Daniel something. And what it says on it is, you have been weighed and you have been measured and you've been found wanting. And then it talks about money, and I think there's some kind of like money in there, but it's another word for money. And yeah, I just learned that this year or last year, I forgot. And it's taken me years to figure out the interpretation of this dream, like years. And here we are, right here at the end, I believe. And yeah, who knows what's gonna happen? Like, I'm both like a little scared and I'm a little excited, and I'm like, just a little anticipated to the myth, like, woohoo, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. I've been waiting for this forever, this is gonna happen. And I'm kind of like happy, and I'm like all of these emotions, like sad and happy, and because I didn't get to do hardly any of the things that I wanted to do in this life. And so anyway, but this video is really long, and I'm gonna have to cut it and all this stuff and trim it and do all this stuff. And so that is all for now. But if I think of more and more, I guarantee you more will come up, and I'll get more information and stuff like that. And yeah, so if you like this content, like this video, and share it with your friends, share this video with everybody, because it's not about the sharing part. It's about people need to know. And yeah, I know there's still like 7,400 people that don't know about the gospel. And the gospel has to be preached to the whole nation before the end will come. But I'm So I have no idea what's going to happen on the 28th. The rapture may happen. It may just be just like it says in the Bible, sudden destruction. I have no idea what kind of destruction, but some kind of destruction. So destruction isn't good. But it's about that. Like, people just need to know, and so we can all be prepared and try to figure out, because two heads are better than one, and figure out like what we can do to prepare for the sin destruction and what the sin destruction is, so that we know how to be prepared for it. So, okay. Well, anyway, that is all for this video. This is going to be like 2 or 3 videos. So thank you for watching. Thank you so much. And, I hope everybody has a good day, and I hope everybody's been having a good day. I've been having a pretty good day. It's kind of, been kind of tired and just been kind of hanging around until Jeremy left for work. And that's about it. So, yeah, now I know why, like, I haven't been getting anywhere with anything. I'm like, oh, okay, well, this makes sense. I'm supposed to be here doing this. And, because this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I think, at least for now, anyway. So, until something, I have no idea what's going to happen, but something's going to happen. And it's probably not going to be good. Okay, anyway, thank you so much. And I will talk to you in the next video. I'm going to make several videos. So I've got so much that I have to say, and I have very little time to do it in. And no wonder I'm not supposed to be getting any sleep. And da-da-da-da. So, okay. I will hasta la taco. I haven't said that in years. I'll talk to you later.